All right, we're tee box for hole 16. Yeah, it's not really very far from the basket we just turned off on. As you can see, Caton Creek's to the left. We're going to be running right up alongside the right side of the creek along this whole fairway. Fairway's not especially long. I hope it gets to 300 feet. Sure, I'm going to try and make sure that's the case. Well, it's not a long hole, but it is narrow in spots, as you can see already, and lots of trouble to be had. I'm going to try, I have begun already opening up a path rather, over the creek. So like a lefty could maybe take a hyzer shot over the creek if they had big cojones, but I don't know how realistic that is. I will see. But once you get past that little kite neck we just passed through, opens up a little bit. There you can kind of see the basket down the way. And yeah, one tire of many. I've been picking them all up, but thanks to my family, I can honestly say, mostly at least to my family, I can't really yell at anybody but us. There's a lot of garbage. Or not garbage, but tires and, it used to be garbage, now it's just, I don't know, weird old stuff that somehow has melted away over the past century. So, again, this used to be hole 17, whatever, 16 now. That stone wall kind of construction there, I was told, was used back in the day when the mill was fully operational to channel and focus the water as it flowed down the creek to get more energy out of it for the mill. I have no idea how that would have happened all the way up here or anything. I hope someday to find some old timer who knows of these things, who can maybe explain it to me. It's been suggested to put the basket on top of that, just because it's such a cool stone wall thing, but again, as was the case with the mill itself, I'm reluctant to make it so people are constantly walking on it, because I know that's just going to result in rocks getting knocked apart and knocked down, and I just don't want to have that happen. I'd rather be able to look at it and see how cool it is. Okay, this, as you can see, is the driveway, further down the driveway that you initially take to enter the course at the top of that driveway. Here, we cross over the creek. You can see it? Yeah, you can just see it off there, I think, through those trees. It's cleared out quite a bit. It was even harder before. But it's a challenging little shot. Again, not super far, but lots of trouble. It's going to be a case where if you don't get over the creek, I'll have to drop something on the other side. And stroke penalty. So, this is where I cannot wait. Next summer on a hot summer day, build a dam there, dam it up a little bit, get it even deeper than it is now. Get a couple chili pops after a hot round and relax with chums. All right, now, as I've said numerous times, that used to be 18. From there, you would have walked back to the clubhouse, which is not very far. But because I eliminated the hole on that logging trail, that was way high up, you were looking down into the gully and had that kind of fake out of bounds, had to add a hole. Always knew that this thing I'm about to show you could come into play. It kind of kept in my back pocket if I needed it, which turns out I do at this point. And it's an open hole, which I thought would be a nice way to end it for players that aren't necessarily as keen on forested technical hole courses. At least get one hole where they can just go nuts. So this is the newest hole, as it were. I've done nothing. I've cleared out a little bit where the basket's going to go. I did a very, very preliminary clearing where the tee box is going to go. I'm not going to do a ton. I'm going to do just a little bit more on both of those so I can deploy things, so it's vaguely playable. So when I get some fellow club members up here, I can get their take on it. And I often find running ideas past other people yields surprisingly good ideas. I've been amazed, frankly, and incorporated many of them, the best ones, of course. So there's the clubhouse. The pole there is going to be a Mando. You have to stay to the left of it, because I do not want anyone going up to 25. That's why we're so close to these bushes from this tee box, is to make it so it's very hard for people to throw onto Caton Road, because I do not want that to ever happen if it can be avoided. We'll walk up to the basket, but where the basket's going to be, but it's basically going to be a big old bomber kind of straight at the clubhouse with a little hook off left before you get to the clubhouse, hopefully, into that honeysuckle, which will present a nice little, it's a big gunny shot. Guys with big arms can just have a field day with it. But still a little technical challenge at the end, and since it'll be on the edge of the gully, perched on near the edge of the gully, at least I don't have to be perched on the edge. Lots of opportunities to still get a 4 on this, even for the biggest arms. If you overshoot your second shot, for example. This will also, I'm thinking that it's along here. This is all along the edge of the gully. And this is where I anticipate putting in. I started clearing some spaces just to kind of get a feel for it. There's the gully. But I think this is where I'm going to, along this ridge is where potential campsites will go. You know, at least initially some tent platforms. Hopefully they kind of extend out over the gully a little bit so you kind of get a treehouse feel. Not a lot. I'm thinking half a dozen total, the most someday. I hope to have 1 or 2 in by the tournament in second weekend in April after Easter. The basket will probably be tucked in this wad of honeysuckle somewhere. I don't know exactly where. I've started busting out from inside it. And then, you know, awesomely enough, you're right here back to the clubhouse. So again, for those of you who are familiar with Caton, Chris Kirk's house is there. And that, come on, dummy. I'm on camera. That is Wolcott Road. So if you get to Wolcott Road, you know, you're going a little too far. Wolcott Road also still has, right at the corner of Wolcott and Caton Road, is Caton's last one-room schoolhouse, which was taught, the final teacher there was my great-grandmother, whom I never met. And I'm proud to say I was given by my awesome family the school bell, which is how we'll, you know, launch tournaments as opposed to honking horns or just shouting or whistles or whatever the heck people do. Clubhouse is cool. We're not getting into that right now. That's it. So look forward to taking you out here on the course and showing it to you and having a lot of fun. Dream of a lifetime. Thanks. Bye.